The first thing is a nutrient-dense whole foods diet. That's, at the risk of stating the obvious, like what we put into our mouth every day is the foundation for gut health, because not only the nutrients that our gut needs to function properly, but the nutrients that that our microbiome needs. So every bite of food that I put into my mouth, I'm thinking of two things. How is this going to nourish me? How is this going to nourish my gut microbiome? And those are not necessarily the same nutrients. For example, fermentable fiber that's present in vegetables, starchy tubers, nuts and seeds, and things like that, we don't actually absorb that. It's not a nutrient for humans, but it's food for the beneficial bacteria in our gut. So it's very beneficial to our health in an indirect way, even though we're not absorbing that as a nutrient. Whereas, of course, nutrients like iron and zinc and calcium and vitamin D and B12 and folate, all of these things we absorb directly and benefit our health. So that's key, and one of the most important steps we can take. So that's one of the 4 pillars that I talk about. Another one is sleep. And I know sleep has gotten a lot of attention over the last 5-10 years particularly, and I think for good reason. There are studies that have shown that even one night of severe sleep disruption can cause a temporary intestinal permeability condition. It doesn't mean it's permanent.
Don't tell me this, because I have not been sleeping with my 2-year-old and my 4-month-old.
That's why I said temporary. It's not going to have a lifelong effect. But it's important to, try to get as much sleep as we can and get high quality sleep. That's pillar number 2. Pillar number 3 is stress management. So we talked about that before. Cortisol, adrenaline, noradrenaline, these hormones are stress response hormones, and they're vital. They're important for helping us respond to stress, but they're not meant to be released repeatedly, all day long, every day. Yeah. And when that happens, it can increase intestinal permeability. So taking steps to manage stress, whether that's a yoga practice, a meditation practice, breath work, spending time in nature, I think is really powerful. Having fun is one of my most my go-to stress management practices, and one of the, I think, an underrated one, because we always tend to think, we have to do something that's just quiet and meditative and relaxing, and that's awesome. But
I got to go lay in a float tank for 3 hours. It's like, no, you don't.
It's not just that. Like having fun releases endorphins, and when we're in that state where we're releasing endorphins, that's basically contrary to the stress response.
Check out some of the videos on this screen that are perfectly curated based on the video you just saw. Make sure you follow me, and I'll see you in the next video.